Okay, Taurus. For the rest of September, you are kind of at your wit's end. There's been a lot of back and forth. There's been a lot of this very wasteful energy, and I think you're at your wit's end. I think you're hitting your breaking point. I think you're really exhausted. It doesn't mean that you don't care for this person, but you're getting to a point where you feel like they're just trying to mull something over as opposed to getting down to the nitty gritty of a problem. So, we're going to look into this a little bit more, but if you are new here, hi, my name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 5 years. If this does end up resonating with you, make sure that you like, share, and comment. And as always, if you would like to book a personal, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. So without further ado, let's get into the reading. Okay, Taurus, so let's go ahead and take a look at you first. Show me Taurus's energy towards their person for the rest of September 2025. The Five of Swords reversed. The Three of Wands. You guys are done playing some kind of game. I think you feel like this has been going on for a while, where you've been in on this kind of spiteful, tit for tat, too much mental energy being put into the situation. And it feels like you're kind of done with that. And you've made a distinct decision to be done with that. So, for instance, if this is somebody who has been going back and forth with you, been acting dumb or whatever, it's like you're not even feeding into it. Because I think that you're ready for something more. You're ready to see what else. The Strength card. Well, I feel like you're exercising your strength because you're not letting something get to you. So it feels like to me some kind of plans that you have made with this person. I don't really know if you're going forth totally. The Page of Cups reverse tells me that you maybe don't feel safe in being totally open and honest about how you feel with this person, or really even being vulnerable. And so there's this holding back, not necessarily out of a weakness or anything like that. Let's see, why the Strength card? The Page of Cups reversed again. So now you have the same card from different decks. Let me turn this fan down. You have this Page of Cups reversed from two different decks, saying that this is the reason why the Strength is here. A lot of you guys have felt victimized by this person. You felt like a victim in this person's presence or in the dynamic, in the relationship. And you don't want to feel that way anymore. Especially because this tit for tat energy, this back and forth, this mental energy that you've been putting into this doesn't really feel like it's worth it to me. Told you, Six of Swords. You want peace, and you may feel like sometimes you're not really getting it. I think that for some of you, you could be waiting to see what else. Well, maybe there's something to scrape up out of this connection. Maybe there's something at the bottom of the bucket, something that's left, a morsel, something. Why the Page of Cups reversed? The Devil reversed. Taurus, you guys are having a pretty big revelation, I would say, in regards to the connection, in regards to, I don't know, maybe an anxious attachment style, in regards to how this person makes you feel, just how toxic it's been. Even if you guys have been treating yourselves like a victim in this connection, and maybe some of you have been, right? Maybe some of you have been to a point, but now you're getting to this point where you're like, I don't have to be that. Like, I don't have to be this victim. I don't have to put up with this. I don't have to do these mind games, etc. Tell me about that Three of Wands. There's a lot of emotional energy that is reversed. And that usually points to a distrust, not feeling safe, not feeling like you can be vulnerable with someone. So you're kind of like, okay, well, now what? That's how I'm seeing this. Now what? What's this person's energy towards Taurus for the second half of September? The Ace of Wands reversed. They're not feeling too motivated either. The Three of Cups. The Three of Swords reversed. The Five of Wands reversed. They're like, they're not looking for drama at all. Like, if anything, they're just trying to, what I see is get along with you, be friends with you. This is somebody that feels wounded by you. And I don't know if you did anything or if you didn't do anything, but they feel wounded by you. But they're at this point where they're not going to fight it. They're not going to argue about it. Regardless, they have no intent on doing that. I do want to see what that Ace of Wands reversed is. Because it seems like there's this desire to see you, to have some kind of contact, to have a conversation, but they're not feeling motivated to do it. There's like a delay. There's a hesitation. Why the Ace of Wands reversed? The Moon reversed. There's a fear. Of what? A fear of something. The Nine of Swords reversed. Of causing you anxiety? Okay, that's weird. For some of you, you may have anxiety. This person may feel like they're a part of that. It's like they are biting their tongue to try to keep the peace. Like they're trying not to speak up or say something out of fear. Because they don't want to give you a headache. They don't want a headache themselves. Why is that Three of Swords there? Why is that Three of Swords reversed there? The King of Cups reversed. They're not feeling vulnerable either. Don't you think it's interesting you both have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups reversed? You have the Queen of Cups reversed on your side. They have the King of Cups reversed on their side. They haven't healed from something, or they haven't like done the work per se. It's like they're trying to put a Band-Aid over it or a gauze. But the wound's still there. And it's like they don't want to poke the bear. How does Taurus see this person the second half of September 2025? How does Taurus see this person? The Queen of Swords reversed. You're mad at them. This person really pisses you off, I think. This person frustrates you. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is that they're doing. The Judgment is here. You see them taking accountability for something, though. For how they made you feel. I feel like a lot of you guys are having a reaction, or you've had a reaction to something that they've done, and they're taking accountability for why that is. So there's truth. They are trying to be honest, not just with you, but also with themselves, at least the way that you're seeing it. But for some reason, that's making you more mad. It's almost like this energy of, well, why didn't you say this before? Or why so long? Why did you wait so long? It's something like that. The King of Cups reversed. You don't feel like they are, again, it feels like a gauze. I think you're getting annoyed because you may feel like yes, they're taking accountability. Yes, they're like, I don't know, maybe they're apologizing. Maybe they're being honest about something. But at the same time, you don't feel like it's with emotional accountability or with vulnerability. It's like, yes, they're being honest, etc. But it's not out of trying to be mature. It's just trying to put a balm over like your attitude, or they're just trying to get you to stop talking or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever had that where you've wanted an apology from somebody and like they give it, but you kind of just feel like it's them, like, okay, yes, they're being honest, but they're also just apologizing just because, not maybe that they're really sorry, but just to get you to stop talking. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of how you're seeing it. The Sun reverse, because of their ego. You don't feel like they're being 100%, like, you feel like they're being honest, yes, about the situation, about what they said, about maybe what they did, but it's coming from the ego. It's because it's like you still have this attachment to this person, and you're trying to be optimistic about it, yes, but you're having a hard time because you feel like they will say whatever in order to just move on from the situation. Why is that Queen of Swords reversed? Because I feel like that Queen of Swords reverse is you. The Nine of Cups reverse. You're not fulfilled. You're not fulfilled, and you really feel like you're not getting what it is that you want from it. For some of you, I want you to be cautious of, like, allowing this person and their actions to put you into a state of falling into negative coping mechanisms, maybe drinking too much, isolating yourself too much, something. Like, be very careful with that, because that could definitely be a thing. Tell me about that King of Cups reverse, please. Tell me about that King of Cups reverse, please. Thank you. The Temperance reversed. It's like you feel like you can't get to who they truly are or to the root of them, because it's this facade. It's the truth wrapped in a lie, wrapped in insincerity. And you feel like this person is emotionally imbalanced, and there's a lack of emotional maturity there. So it's hard for you to have peace with them. You're having a hard time having peace within yourself. Tell me about that Sun reversed, please. Thank you. The Hermit reversed. You feel like they don't have, like, there's no, like, you look at them like they don't have any sense of self-awareness. Like, you totally miss the plot, you know? Tell me about that Judgment. The Six of Pentacles reversed. They could have taken advantage of you, taken something from you. Some of them actually legitimately stole from you. But it doesn't have to be, like, actual money. But it's like they took something from you. They took advantage. They took you for granted. And then tried to play it off. I feel like you're getting to your wit's end. With that Queen of Wands reverse in that world, you're like, alrighty, you know, I'm there. I am right there on the precipice of, like, losing my shit or whatever it is. How does this person view Taurus for the rest of September 2025? The World reverse. You guys have unfinished business. There's still something that you guys have yet to complete between the two of you. They may feel like you also have some open-ended stuff just, like, on your own that you're still dealing with. The Six of Wands. They see you getting success. They see you being very successful for the rest of September. They see you having success. They still feel like you have some stuff you have to finish, but nonetheless, you're getting like applauded. People are paying attention to you. It's almost like they think it's undeserved or something like that. Not undeserved, really, but something's premature. Like, yes, you're getting some kind of recognition for something because you're hitting a milestone, but they feel like it's not complete. So I don't know what that is. The Page of Swords. There can be something that you're having success with online. Maybe you post some videos. Maybe you do some kind of work online. Maybe you teach a course. Maybe you learn a course. You have success from that. Maybe you're teaching something. You know, it's something to do maybe with media or being online. Can I get one more? Or that it's just that they're spying on you and they see you getting a lot of attention online. Maybe that's what it is. Or just attention in general. Like maybe you're posting stories or something like that and they see you going out and getting a lot of attention. And the Tower. Holy crap. They feel like you're having some big epiphany. Seven of Wands. They're feeling some way. It's almost like they want to kind of keep you down a little bit. It's, you know, it's like that saying, I want them to do good, just not better than me. You know what I'm saying? You know that saying? That's what I'm hearing. It's like this person wants you to do good, just not better than them. What's that World reversed? The Queen of Wands. Yo, okay. You see this King of Wands reversed? I feel like you have a secret hater. But in this person. Just a little bit. I don't know how deep it goes. I really don't. I mean, you would know that better than me. Because this person feels like you are on your way to the Queen of Wands land. So who is the Queen of Wands? She's attractive. She's gorgeous. She's a leader. She's very outspoken. You know, she doesn't wait for permission. And with that Six of Wands, this person feels like you're on your way to that. Tell me about that Tower. The Nine of Wands. I'm telling you, this person feels like you are on your way. Because there's something that's happening where like somebody tries to, now I don't want this to like stress you out or anything, okay? But there's something in your life where it's very tumultuous. It feels like a lot. It feels like things are kind of crashing down around you. But somehow it's like you manage. Like somehow you still come out on top. Somehow you're still standing. Somehow. And this person is like, how the fuck? And I don't even know if they realize that they're jealous of you. Because there's something about your light where this person's like, they want to dim it or they want to keep it all to themselves. So let's see your feelings for this person for the rest of September. What's Taurus's feelings for this person for the rest of September? You see them as you're kind of looking at them like, what's your purpose here? Okay. And not that they don't have a purpose in your life. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like you feel as though they're not giving you anything. What are you giving me? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing here? What is the plot? Like, what's your plan? Because if anything, you feel like they're more so taking from you. The King of Pentacles reversed does not give, really. It's like a tit for tat. And I was getting that earlier with that Five of Swords reverse. And you want peace. You're so sick of it. Like, you're so sick of some kind of tit for tat, mental anguish, games. Like, you're just over it. And you don't trust this person enough to make long-term plans with them, I don't think. So you're just kind of like, what are you giving me that I can't give myself? Which sounds really harsh, right? But that's how you're feeling. And that's valid. Tell me more about Taurus's feelings for this person. The Ten of Pentacles. What are you giving me that I can't give myself? It's almost like you feel like this person is going to rob you of something, like rob you of a future, rob you of a legacy, rob you, like take from that. Like you've built something, I think, but you're almost looking at them like, I don't want to say like they're a nuisance, but you're looking at them like they're not really giving you anything to add to that. Like they're just piggybacking off of you, or they're going to, or... Tell me more. The Ten of Cups reversed. You feel like no matter how much you try, it's just not working. The Moon reversed. You're kind of like what this person is doing. Like this person is doing this very, this thing where they're just kind of, oh, it's fine. Like everything's fine. You know, everything's fine. And they're just kind of brushing it off. And like, it's very hard for you to do that this month. Or maybe always. To just kind of pretend, because you feel like you're shoving these things down. And there's a lot of fears that are coming up because of that. Why the Ten of Cups reversed? The Queen of Swords. Ooh, you know what you know. You're really not thinking with a... You're not really... you're trying to be more practical and logical. Because you're like, how are we ever going to make this work? And you're trying to think about it in those logical terms. And, you know, the Queen of Swords is Libra. So this is about how we relate to others, how we are in relationships. Tell me about that Moon reversed. The Seven of Cups. What am I going to do here? You're like thinking about your options. You're fearing that this is a total facade. Like this is just there's a veil over this connection. Tell me about that King of Pentacles reversed. Tell me about that King of Pentacles reverse, please. Thank you. The Three of Pentacles reverse. You feel like they're not here to work on a team towards a better life, per se. You feel like they're here just to piggyback or to take from you or do the tit for tat. The King of Pentacles reverse can kind of be like the freeloader, but he can also be the person who's like, oh, okay, you want to go out to dinner? Okay, it's 50-50. Here, can you put this on separate checks? You know, or he just wants to get into a relationship to be able to build something with another person that's more monetary or, you know, is tangible in nature. And I think that you guys may have a similar vision. But I think you want something deeper than that. You want something more than that. What's this person's feelings for Taurus for the rest of September? The Star reversed. This person may not really be sure if they see a future with you. They're kind of losing hope for some reason. The Two of Swords reverse. They're seeing something now where they're making a decision that they may have avoided before. Of course, we're going to clarify that. Tell me more. The Four of Wands. The Temperance reversed. Seven of Wands again. So Taurus, this person feels like there's still a wound that festers. And that's why I think that they have been trying to put like a gauze over it or a Band-Aid over it. But they're deciding to welcome you in their space. They may be coming to see you. You may see them at a party if you guys are unmarried, or if you guys, you know, are exes or something. They may welcome you into their space. They may invite you to their home, something like that, because you do make them happy. But that Temperance reversed, it's like sometimes it can be too much of a good thing. Tell me about that Temperance reverse, please. It's almost like they're trying to force something. The Seven of Pentacles reverse. This can talk about a lack of patience, especially when it's the Seven of Pentacles reverse and the Temperance reverse. It can be where we're losing our patience, where this person is losing their patience in this situation. Why is that? Why is that, please? The Five of Cups reverse, because they want forgiveness, or they want you to let go of something. Tell me about that Star reverse. There's still that unfinished business that's lingering around. The Two of Cups reverse. This person feels like you misunderstand them, and there's some kind of emotional disconnect between the two of you that still hasn't healed, is still festering. Tell me about that Two of Swords reversed. The Two of Pentacles. So they're still trying to maintain what you guys have. You know, even if there's like an ex situation, it's like they're still trying to decide how to invite you into their space, still trying to figure out how to make something work. But they feel like they're not getting what they want, but they're still also trying to maintain this at the same time. But I don't know if you can give them this supposed like what they want. It feels like they have to do something in order to give themselves what they want. It feels like they need to, I don't know, own up or be vulnerable or take accountability in order to get this desired outcome. What are Taurus's actions towards this person for the rest of September? The Lovers. Okay. You are making higher self decisions. You're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to align. You're communicating. You're trying to have that intimacy with them. But that Ace of Pentacles reverse, if you feel like it's not there, I feel like you're just going to leave it. It's like you're kind of at this point where you're like, why am I putting in the work? Nine of Swords reverse. Because I think that something is stressing you out to a degree that you really feel like you can't handle. And you feel like if you were just able to kind of let it go, you know, then you wouldn't be stressed out about it, essentially. The High Priestess, you're just trying to listen to your instincts. You're trying to listen to your intuition. I think that you know a lot more than you say you do, especially at the end of this month. Tell me about that High Priestess, but you're not talking about it. The Four of Swords reversed. I need one more. Oh, I just heard I'll never have peace here. Oof, there's a lot. Okay, some of you are actually suffering from anxiety, or you're having some kind of anxiousness. You know, the Four of Swords reverse can be like where we're not healed from a situation. The Knight of Swords reverse can be like where we have all of this mental pent up energy and it has nowhere to go. And so I think that you guys are shoving a lot of stuff down. And I think that this person is shoving a lot down as well. And it's almost like two volcanoes trying to make out, you know, that are about to fucking like erupt, you know? Why the Ace of Pentacles reverse? Let me just see that. The Three of Swords. You just feel like this isn't practical. Because I don't think what they're offering is like what you're looking for long term. There's just something that's not fitting. It's like a mismatched puzzle piece. What is this person's actions towards Taurus for the rest of September, please? The Wheel of Fortune. So, I mean, that can be good. It seems like they're trying to think about things with the higher mind. You know, I like that the Lovers is here and the Wheel of Fortune is here. For some of you, if you believe in twin flames, that can certainly be it. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of like a let go and let God. We're not trying to force something. The Nine of Pentacles. So they're kind of doing them, you know, they're very focused on themselves. It feels like they're looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Or at least that's how they're feeling anyway. So they're a little bit more self-focused. It seems like the two of you both don't want to take on a burden that you feel like isn't your responsibility or that you feel like you just can't manage right now. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles reverse. It's like they're not trying to take on some kind of burden. They're trying to live the good life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you guys are a little heartbroken. I think that you are trying to connect. But there are things that you're keeping inside. There are things that you're feeling or things that you're thinking, really, with that Knight of Swords reverse, that you just feel like you can't talk about. You can't talk about it to this person. Why is that? The Six of Cups. You don't want to ruin the connection. Oh, I feel like what you say might ruin the connection. Give me one more. The Tower reverse. You're trying to avoid a shitstorm, essentially. So, I don't know, Taurus. I mean, I feel like the two of you are trying to kind of like put on this Band-Aid, put on this gauze. I think you're getting frustrated because you feel like this person is not being totally authentic. Like, yeah, they're giving you these little truths or whatever, but they're wrapped in like a facade. Like, they're not really, it's almost like they don't see what they did wrong in the situation. They're just like repeating what you're saying. It's something like that. And I think that's getting you really frustrated because there's very much a tit for tat energy, and you're getting to this point where you really feel like you can't trust the relationship enough or the dynamic enough to make long-term plans with this person. So for the first person, your advice is a personal issue reaches a resolution, full moon in Cancer, your advice or your message. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer, you have that in your chart. Then we have Uranus. Okay, Uranus could be very important to you. I just heard embody your Uranus placement. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to embody your Uranus placement. I do think that something is going to kind of come to a head. And I think it's going to be what you want it to be. It's either going to be a breaking point or it's going to be a epiphany moment that the two of you end up having. And regardless, I do think that you're needing to pivot in whatever way you see fit. Okay. So for the second person, if you're the second person, your advice or your messages are a fiery climax approaches, a full moon in Aries. Wow, so we have two cardinal energies here. Maybe you're in Aries, maybe you're dealing with an Aries. And then we have house 10. So if you're the second person, something is definitely going to come to a head. I feel like the first person, it's going to be very emotional for you. For the second person, I feel like you may get triggered. You may get triggered, and what I want to say with this is be cautious of your reputation. You may end up doing something out of impulse that could like ruin your reputation or make you look really bad. I feel like this is asking you to take responsibility for your own legacy, for your own responsibility, to show up as this leader, right? Aries is like a leader. House 10 is like leadership in one way or another. It's like, how do you want to appear? Do you want to be respected? And if so, then what must you do to become that person that deserves to be respected? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Or wants that power or deserves that power, so to speak. There's a quote from Ragnar Lothbrok from the Vikings where he says, he's telling his son, he says, power is only available to the one who will lower himself enough to pick it up. So there's something to be said about that. Anyway, Taurus and Crosswatcher, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website at violettaalexis.com. All of the information is available in the description box below. And if you would like to read or watch my visual poetry, you can follow me at Where Dead Flowers Bloom. That is my Instagram, and that is in my YouTube. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.